Howdy everybody, my name is Brockster, and I am very tired. I'm a tired boy, I don't know exactly why, I just am. I didn't do anything exactly exhaustive or really even interesting today, but I am tired. So very tired. But not even my tiredness can slate my unextinguishable rage. Because I am very upset. Very upset. And I know this shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. I'm angry all the time, that's like half my content. Complaining about first world problems, that's what I do best, but this one cannot be ignored. You see, ladies and gentlemen, about a week ago, I uploaded a video, a very good video, where it's me fooling around with my friends. This is a video that I filmed back in December, and I really haven't had time to edit it. But last week, the time finally came around, and I had time to edit it, and, well, it took a lot of work, but I eventually got it. I would seriously check out that video, by the way. Regardless, yada yada yada, stuff happened, I got it exported, I got it downloaded, and I uploaded it to YouTube. However, while it was rendering, I decided to look through it, and I noticed that I accidentally left a 10-second portion in this clip. This number is very important. A 10-second portion of this clip where I didn't edit anything. In fact, it's just 10 seconds of very awkward silence. Now, I don't know if you know this, but whenever you're playing games with the boys, sometimes you got moments where it's just quiet, you know, because we can't talk non-stop 100% of the time, and, well, nobody really wants to watch that unless I'm streaming, and I'm not streaming. Who do you think you are? But I didn't panic. Not at all. Even though the timeline was approaching and I had to upload this video in about 2 hours to stay on schedule, I didn't fret, because there's this handy-dandy option with YouTube. It's called the YouTube editor. Now, I don't know if you know this, but YouTube actually has the option to edit videos within the website. So you don't need to get yourself no Premiere, no iMovie. You can do it on the website. I mean, I can't imagine why anybody would, especially after I tell you what happened. But I didn't know any better, so I went onto it, I found that little portion, and I used its very clunky clipping technology, and I eventually, it took me a while, it took me actually 5 minutes, but I eventually selected the portion of the clip that I wanted to clip, and then I clicked submit. Now, just to remind you in case you forgot, it was a 10-second clip, so naturally, I expected it to take maybe 10 seconds to render. And then the text appeared at the bottom. I don't remember what it said exactly, but it said something along the lines of, "This video is processing. We can't give you a time estimate." I thought this was peculiar, because I could tell you exactly how long that clip was. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. So I sat there very patiently, very, well, optimistic, shall we say. I didn't expect it to take much longer than 10 seconds, maybe a minute at most. And the time started to tick, 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 tick. 10 seconds turned into a minute, turned into 5, turned into half an hour. Half an hour. It took half an hour. After I reached the half-hour mark, I started to sweat a little bit, because it still didn't give me a time estimate as to when the upload would be rendered, when this 10-second clip would be removed. And, well, I couldn't wait any longer. So I went back into Premiere, cut out the 10-second clip myself, and then exported it again. And by the way, exporting that video at max quality took about 40 minutes, but I didn't rely on exporting that video. I looked at that export as a backup, because because surely the editing software on YouTube wouldn't take that much longer. Surely it would be ready, because after all, it was a 10-second video. But alas, the 40 minutes came and went, and my edit on Premiere was finished, and the edit on YouTube was not. And it still did not give me... It still didn't give me an estimate. And so I took that edited clip, I put it on YouTube, I uploaded it, which again took about like 15 minutes, and by the time that video uploaded, the YouTube editing software still did not load. I was appalled and disgusted, and quite frankly, enraged. I think it's no surprise to anyone that I've made some complaints on YouTube, and really without having the position to do so. But I feel like I wouldn't be doing my due diligence if I wasn't doing my part. I complained about the dislike button, I complained about other stuff, but this YouTube editing thing really ticked me off, and I think more than usual. I'm sure that if I was on any other platform, it probably wouldn't have pissed me off as much, but since I already have a record and a list of things that YouTube continue to mess up, I think it got to me more than others. But that's not where my frustration ends with the YouTube editing software, because it just gets worse. Now, I don't know if you know this, but my audio is it's kind of quiet. It's kind of quiet. It's not like a whisper. I mean, you can hear me quite fine, but you have to put that volume up, and well, I'm in the process of fixing that problem, trust me. But I thought of another solution. That solution being just going into the editing software on YouTube and increasing the volume. Any good editing software would typically have some sort of option to increase the audio. It's one of the simplest editing things that you can do, but no. No, because apparently the only thing you can do on the YouTube editing software is do some clips, add some audio, and some other boring hoobity-ha. And it doesn't even do that right. And the audio thing particularly pisses me off, not because I can't do it, but because in the past I did have the option to do that with the old editing software on YouTube. Because I looked up tutorials to see if I could do that on the YouTube editing software, and I could, if I was editing a couple years ago, because they changed the YouTube editing thing and they removed the option to change the audio of my videos on YouTube. Why? Why did they do that? YouTube has a lot of problems on its platform, and it really does amaze me how so many of them are just monsters of their own making. Now let's be honest. This one, it's not that high up there. They still got a lot of other stuff to deal with. Copyright strikes, bots. And so in comparison to those other things, this issue is pretty low, but not to me. No, not to me. I want it at the top for my own selfish reasons. I don't know how many people on YouTube actually upload. If I were to guess, me being a man of stats and numbers, I would guess that most people are just there to watch and not to upload. But it's still... why? The YouTube editing software is the most useless thing on that platform. If they were to change it back, I think it would be amazing. It'd be wonderful. It used to do so much stuff, and then they changed it. I don't know why. I didn't do any research into why they did it. The fact is they did, and they're standing by it. I would pay a good amount of money to go into the YouTube headquarters and just try to understand why they are making these decisions that nobody agrees with. And this goes beyond the editing thing. I think I'm like the only person that cares about this because I'm a fool. But it's just the fact that these things keep happening, it seems like, to the YouTube platform. Decisions are made, they double down on it, and the good stuff that is on YouTube, well, it just goes away. And now we have people going over to Rumble. Rumble. What the hell is Rumble? Rumble so far is a nothing platform, but it has picked up steam, not because of the success of Rumble, but because of the failures of YouTube. It only takes a few big creators and that thing blows up. Remember Mixer? Before Mixer killed Mixer? It was on the rise. It was on a big rise. Twitch started to shiver their timbers because of how successful they were getting. It only took one person. Ninja. They bought the golden goose and they were about to make some omelets. But then Mixer killed Mixer, and then, the rest is history. If they had not had that problem, I'm sure Mixer would have been a pretty large content platform. And it makes me wonder, is Rumble gonna do the same? Probably not, but never say never. If you remember, TikTok used to be Musical.ly. And Musical.ly was a joke. And now I spend half my day on TikTok watching people do parkour while people read Reddit stories. But that's all I really want to talk about. Just complaining about YouTube, as always. And as always, my name is Brockster, and I bid you all adieu.